What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Scythe, and today we're going to be taking a look at the FAE TRICKSTER in Trove. Ew! I know that some of you actually like this character, but most of us don't. How y'all doing today, though, folks? Hope you're doing great, and I hope this video makes your day even better. Don't forget to like the video as well. It helps me out. And without further ado, so the FAE TRICKSTER is going to fall under the DPS or damage per second category, meaning that, same as any of the other characters, you're going to have to focus on magic damage, critical hit, and critical damage. Those are going to be the ideal stats on any of the gems that you end up finding in the game. If you end up finding a gem that has all three of those stats, keep it. You're gonna want to hang on to it. As far as the empowered gems, you know, you can just focus on all the ones that give you damage. You don't really need to focus on defense or anything. Explosive Epilogue is pretty much the go-to one if you can get this one above all costs because of the added damage that it's gonna do. The class gem ability is going to make it so that your blink, these little clones right here, are actually gonna run into an enemy and kind of explode on them, which kind of is a hit or miss ability, because the way that the FAE TRICKSTER works is if you don't take damage for a few seconds, you're going to end up having added damage. Now, this ability alone, like this passive, makes the FAE TRICKSTER technically one of the hardest hitting single target characters in the entire game. That is one of the reasons why most people don't really like the FAE TRICKSTER, though, is you're going to be faced with lots and lots of enemies at the same time, and the FAE TRICKSTER doesn't really have any abilities that phase through, and because of it, you know, while you're doing really good damage to maybe like a Titan boss or something like that, you're not really going to be that essential for grinding and stuff like that. Now, of course, for the stats that you're going to go for on your weapons, you know, the extra stat you're going to want to get is attack speed or energy regen because of the FAE bombs that you're going to use. I just go for energy regen. If you want, you can go for attack speed if you find that you're doing enough damage just from your basic attack. And honestly, once you get to the late game, you're gonna be doing more damage with your basic attack and the passive ability that gives you more damage, just because throwing a bomb is going to take like a certain amount of time, and I'm pretty sure that you end up actually doing more damage with your basic attack and max attack speed than you do spamming your bombs. So just keep that in mind. And the explosion that this little ally ends up causing from your classroom ability actually does a lot of damage as well. The disadvantage of it, though, just generally speaking, if this is how you play the game, is that because he's going to explode real quick, it means that he's not going to take aggro from the enemies, so they're going to attack you a lot more often, and you're going to find that your passive ability is not, you know, if you end up getting damaged, your passive ability is going to come off until it has a few seconds to recharge from not taking damage for a certain amount of time, right? But needless to say, that's just kind of how the FAE ends up working, so deal with it, right? And then for the emblems and stuff like that, or for the ally, I should say, I just go for the Prefect Penguin. You know, that's kind of the go-to. If you can't do that, do the Chronomancer Cubesley. For the ring, you know, same old Magic Find, crit hit, whatever you want. But magic damage, of course, is going to be the one that you're going for. And then for the emblems, Sure Strike and Arcane Emblem. Of course, that's just going to be standard until you end up getting enough basic crit hit that you can swap Sure Strike out for whatever you want. Death Defying is pretty much going to be a necessity for this character because of how squishy you're going to end up being at the late game, especially if you get tagged by an enemy and your attacks get really, really weak and uggles, and then you're just going to end up getting your butt kicked if you don't have Death Defying. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and try to swap this out and try to dodge a little bit more, but generally speaking, the hit detection in Trove is a bit off, so I just always go for Death Defying. Do whatever you want with that one, though. And then otherwise, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.